Welcome to the PTTS. Today's date is February 12, 2023, Sunday. My name is Nang Hong Lam. Anyway, this video is to follow up on the last video. Kind of like in a way, the last video I concluded, it's almost an hour long. Kind of like in a way I made it so that it's not too long, because there is kind of like in a way like it's really like starting to create a lot of weights in my life, like that previous. So kind of like in a way, just want to make it not too long, like my usual. So it's less than an hour long, and kind of like I concluded that video as the following. Like basically, this is what that video is concluded as. Like my 199 first places, my present positions doesn't get noticed. The tiny little mistakes is in my life that got noticed, and also like like I have to get into situations where I have to take on, like make a lot of risks in my life, and also like the people that come in contact with me, know me, live with me, associate with me, anyone in general who think they are related to me in any way, have doubted me, looked down on me, and don't think that I will make it, also have the following generalizations and stereotype about me. People rather tell me I told you so than give me a vote and / or give me support. So kind of like in a way, that's basically what I concluded as that video. So kind of like in a way, there is that, like I was saying in that video, basically there's that regret that probably I should have, like the whole moderate, that's what it means, just be moderate. You could avoid this kind of thing. That's kind of the regret of like wanting to bring up the moderate argument, maybe it's the whole moderate argument, I wouldn't be in this mess if I was moderate, like if I kind of like in a way, but at the same time, it's just, would moderate able me to have 199 first places in the Pro Tour Session tournament? So it wouldn't make sense. Like, why? Kind of like in a way, I'm just hurting myself to bring up like the moderate argument. It's like, would the moderate get me 199 first places in the Pro Tour Session tournament? So kind of like in a way, bring up the moderate argument, I'm just hurting myself. So kind of like in a way, it's just, even though I want to have that regret of bringing up like the moderate argument. So basically, I come to a conclusion is just, like, kind of like whoever going against me is kind of like in a way, we got you, we checkmated you, man. It's like, give up already. That's why you're in this situation, because we checkmated you. Kind of like in a way, it's the game. It's like you got checkmate. Just accept that. Kind of like in a way, that's the argument. I got put in this situation because someone, put me in this situation. In a way, kind of like in a way, that's the argument. But at the same time, there's that argument that's still out there, like, what if someone come up to me and say, well, I noticed that you, because not one person had done this to me before, like face to face, like, I don't notice that you, kind of like in a way, you not one person noticed that you even after you got 199 first places and the present position. So not one person have done that before, come up to me face to face. So that could someone could always bring up that argument. What is kind of like, in a way, it's like how wrong is it? Kind of like, in a way, how wrong is it to get noticed? Kind of like, in a way, after having like 199 first place in the present positions, how wrong is to get noticed? Kind of like someone could always bring up that argument. It's kind of like, in a way, it's like, so basically that's the conclusion on that video. Basically it's just the whole, kind of wanted to accept that, probably someone put me in this situation, but there's always that argument that that it's still out there, that one person that could still notice at me. It's still not, kind of like, in a way, it's not wrong to notice a person after a person having like 199 first places in the present position. You could always argue your point through. How wrong is it to notice a person after they got like 199 first places in the present position? It's like, someone could always make that argument. It's like, how wrong is it to notice that person? So basically that's why I made this video, because it's like I just can't conclude it. Like, I want to conclude that maybe whoever want to put me in this situation, they got, they have done it, kind of like, in a way, I am in this situations where I have to point out all these things, kind of like, in a way, they did it, kind of like, whoever want to put me in this situation, they achieved their goal, kind of like, in a way, at the same time, even though I want to point this out, but at the same time, there's just that one person to still make that argument that how wrong is it to notice a person after a person got 199 first places in the present position. Kind of like, in a way, that is still something that a person could argue. It's just, so basically that's why I made this video, because there is still that one person still can make that argument. Okay, so that's why I made this video. So I started brainstorming while I just woke up and have some coffee. After I woke up and have some coffee, I start brainstorming this video. And then, so basically after I woke up, have some coffee, I shave and took a shower. So during the whole process, while doing all that, like drinking the coffee, shaving, and taking a shower, all of that, I was brainstorming about what I'm gonna say in this video. So I decided that there is, kind of like, in a way, there are a lot of things I want to bring up, but not talking about, just bringing up about it, basically just bringing up about it, but it's kind of like, in a way, just bring up to kind of like make my argument just by bringing up. So in a way, like during the brainstorm, I decided to put all those things into topic and subtopic. It would limit to not bring, like, in a way, it would be more organized, and also would be kind of like, in a way, people could, it doesn't have to be too long and everything. So in a way, like, it's more organized and don't have to be like, seems like too many topics to talk about and things like that. So kind of like I just put it in topic and subtopic. That's what I was thinking, like brainstorming during while I was doing those things. So anyway, so I'm gonna continue with that. So basically, it's just gonna go with what I brainstormed it this morning while I was shaving, taking a shower. So I'm just gonna go with that. So first is there's basically it's pretty much like I think it have to do with my occupations, what I got into. I think that's what it's like the situation I'm in. You have to do something with my occupation. That's what I start thinking about. So, well, I started. Basically, my two main occupations that I've been talking about is kind of like campaigning to rank up my status and have ascensions in my life. So that's one of them, and the other one is basically the way I do it is just by serving in the student service. That's like, because of not having a lot of connections in my life, that's the only way I know how to campaign to rank up my status and have ascension. It's just to go to the administration office or go to talk with the principal of the school, kind of like in a way for student service positions. And by serving the student service position, I felt that that's my way of campaigning to rank up my status and have ascensions in my life. So I've been doing that since 1993. That is during my elementary school year, 1993. So I've been start doing that, and year after year, I've just been doing that. So just serve as many student service as I can. So that's my way of trying to rank up my status and have ascensions in my life. So that's one of the main. And another thing is well, actually, like there's like three things. So kind of like in a way, even though the second thing is kind of related to my campaigning to rank up my status and have ascensions, because it's like journalism, which I started on 1999. I haven't got accepted on 1999, but I started wanting to set my goal on having this like by writing in my journal daily. So on 1999, January 1999, I started writing in my journal daily to wanted to have this goal of journalism in my life. So kind of like, but at the same time, I felt that it's one of the, like as a reporter, kind of like in a way it's related, because it's at the school campus, so kind of like it's related to like the whole student service position, since it's also at the school campus. So I felt like it is kind of like in a way related. So later on in 2001, at the Mission Bay High School, I got accepted to the Mission Bay High School journalism as a reporter. So that's basically, but at the same time, it's kind of related to student service position. So kind of like it is also like a subtopic of the student service, because in a way it is kind of related to the student service. So basically, that's another thing. Is journalism. Like I've been just writing in my journal daily, and and then the third thing is the Pro Tour / tournament, which I started on February 1999. I started, and then so on that February 1999 until November of 2001. So in that duration years, I was an active player that I joined at least one Pro Tour / tournament at least once each week, so weekly. But that's the first 3 years, and so that was considered. But afterward, I mean, there are times like from 2000 to 2004 also became like active players. So kind of like in a way, but it's just, so basically I have to look at my history, and because